What's up everyone, welcome to this video. In a few hours you will finally get to pick your free player in this Club International Cup Showtime pack. Here are the options that you're going to have to choose from. You got Beraldo, you got Cavani, Edison Cavani, Rahimi, and Torres. Now, who is the best? Who should you pick out of all these players, since now after a week you're finally going to be able to pick your guy? And I would say, it's going to be between Beraldo and Cavani. Overall, probably the best player of this pack is going to be Cavani. He has the bullet header player skill. It is usually a pay-to-win skill. That being said, Cavani 184 is decent in terms of size, but he's not going to be a dominant player, something like a Kohler or a Haaland in the air, because his size is decent but not that big. He's not over 190. He's not going to be overpowered in the air, especially because his jumping is not going to be that high. But I would say overall he's probably the best player of this pack. That being said, he plays for Boca Junior, so you're essentially never going to be able to use him in the tour event games, and because of that, I personally I'm going to go with Beraldo. First of all, I'm a PSG fan, so I'm gonna get any PSG player that I can, but Beraldo is also a Brazilian player and he is a defender, and there's not a lot of defenders in this Brazil team, and so if you play this tour event, the national team one, then you're gonna be able to get an extra defender for Brazil, and you know that there's not that many very good defenders for Brazil, and you can play with Marquinhos. You can play both of them in a PSG team, and so Beraldo perhaps is slightly, in absolute terms, slightly less good than Cavani, but overall it's probably a player that I'm going to be able to use a little bit more than Cavani. Overall, don't sweat it, really. These players are not that good. Last time around with the free players, with the goalkeepers, these were actually very good cards that you could play with, but here, for this selection here, you're probably never going to use these players, so it doesn't really matter. Unless you're just starting the game in the last couple of weeks, then I would say, and you have no players whatsoever, then I would say go with Edison Cavani. It's going to be sort of a starter center forward for you if you're playing with just regular GB cards. Otherwise, Beraldo is probably the best choice, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. Perhaps some of you will just erase this card and take the booster tokens, who knows. But anyway, now let's go see, because we're gonna have the updates now in a few hours. Let's have a quick look here at what people are talking about on Twitter. And here are the news and the new players that we're gonna get. We're gonna get a player of the week here pack for the the Club World Cup, which they don't have the license. They call it the Club International Cup. As you can see here, there's Otamendi, there's Fabian Ruiz, and Pedro Neto. There's probably going to be a selection of players, sort of like the player of the season of the English League pack. Maybe 20 players, 100 coins per player, and a neat selection. As you can see, these guys have boosters. We're gonna see in a few hours exactly who is in this pack. These three guys, they are confirmed here, but we don't know the rest of the pack. We'll have to wait and see. Let's see what's the next. These are the rumors. A Spanish league season best, just like we had with the Champions League and the English League. Here it is Rafinha, Mbappe, and Yamal. Momentum dribbling for Rafinha, phenomenal finishing for Mbappe, blitz curler for Yamal. This would be a very interesting pack, I think. We will see if that turns out to be true or if it is just a rumor here. Another rumor here, someone saying, who is that? eFootball Daily, saying that because there were 4 chances that were advertised at the beginning of the campaign, and we already had one chance for this pack with Dembele, one chance for this pack with Salah, that will get one chance for this pack with Rafinha, and one chance for this pack with Scott McTominay. The Italian league. Supposedly, we will see also if this is just a rumor or if it turns out to be true. What is the next one here from Phil Canada? A big time pack for Portugal for the Nations League with Cristiano Ronaldo, phenomenal finishing. Conceição with edge crossing, and Nuno Mendes with Fortress. We'll see once again if this is just a rumor or if it turns out to be true. This would also be a pretty interesting pack. These packs look pretty much too interesting to be true, you know. So, you know, in a few hours now, we will see if we get some new Showtime cards. Perhaps we will get some new epic cards. That remains to be seen, but one thing is for sure, you will get to pick your free Showtime card of the selection of this Club World Cup. But anyway, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe.
Hit me with that like, and sub to the channel. Hit me with that like, and click the effing bell. Click that bit, alright. The algo recommends, for she gon' like. The algo knows you well. Hit me with that like, subscribe to the channel. Hit me with that like, and click the effing bell.